Good, y'all. I'm Dr. Trehunna. Now, this video is about to hit home for a lot of people. So if you're somebody who's been trying to work out and you're not seeing the scale drop, you need to tune in, okay? So since elementary school, what have we been hearing? We've been hearing, oh, if you need to lose weight, you need to go ahead and start moving more, right? Move more, eat less. So what does that mean? Now you're going to the gym because you don't like your body composition, and now you're doing 20 minutes on the treadmill, you're doing 20 minutes on the bike, you're doing 20 minutes on the elliptical, right? You're doing that Pilates class, you're doing that Zumba, and you're starving yourself, eating salads, but you're moving more, right? Going to sleep hungry, and for some odd reason, the very next day, the scale's still the same. So today, what we're gonna cover is why is this happening to you? Why everything that you learned about metabolism is capped, and what you need to do so you can finally start seeing the scale drop. Okay, so first things first, what is metabolism? Metabolism is the sum of all the processes that's happening within your body, which means what? For even me to communicate to you right now, that requires energy, right? For me to move my hands, this requires energy. For my body to have some sort of acute inflammation, let's say I bump my knee or I twisted my ankle and it starts to get hot, right? And you start to see it swell, that requires energy. Well, let's say I had a bad text, right? And it gets me riled up, that requires energy. Every single thing requires energy, you know? So when it comes to the body, what a lot of people think is, oh, if you go ahead and move more, right? Let's say your body requires only your body burns 2,000 calories a day. That's it. And if you eat 2,100 calories, the scale's gonna go up, right? So your body likes this baseline. Your body doesn't wanna be too hot. It don't wanna be too cold. It don't wanna be too depressed. I don't want to be too excited. That's why even in your brain, you got excitatory neurons and inhibitory neurons, which means what? Hey, this person experienced something great, right? Something spectacular, right? And now you had a dopamine rush. You feel great. But because you had that hit, now you got to do something even to top that, even more spectacular, just for you to receive that same hit. That's why you see a lot of people have addictions, right? Because you had that one shot and you used to feel good. You used to feel amazing. Now you have courage juice, and now you can talk to all the women at the bar or talk to that man that you're seeing looking at you at the bar, right? But now you take that one shot, you don't feel the same. So you now take two shots. Now you feel great again. Now you feel like how you felt that one shot about a year ago, you know? So your body wants to keep some sort of homeostasis. Now, this doesn't happen just for alcohol. This happens for everything, which means what? So let's say you trying to lose some weight, trying to change your body composition. So now you're like, okay, cool. Well, I'm somebody who never goes to the gym, so I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna start going to the gym, right? So now you're going to the gym, you're doing your cardio, you're lifting your weights, right? And then you start seeing the scale drop, but at one point in time, you plateau. Scale's not dropping anymore. And you're like, why in the hell the scale's not dropping if I'm doing the exact same thing? Right? So the main reason why this is happening is because, once again, the way you was taught about metabolism, that's not how the human body works. So you was also taught at one point in time that, hey, your body's able to regulate or able to adapt to its environment. So the exact same thing that you're doing, right? Your body's gonna become more efficient at. And it used to take you 2 hours to walk 7 miles. Now it takes you only an hour and a half to walk the exact same amount of miles. And your body's becoming more efficient, which means what? It's gonna require less work to do the exact same action. So your body is adapting to the new stimulus that's provided to you. That's why if you lifted 40 pounds on the dumbbells or on the chest press and you continue to keep doing that, you're gonna stop growing. Why? Your body already adapted to that stimulus that you provided to it, okay? So let me tell you and break down how this applies to your metabolism. So let's say you're working out, right? And let's say on your Fitbit, it says, oh, you burn about 400 calories. Now keep in mind, if you have a Fitbit or you tracking how many calories you burn, it's always off, okay? It's always off by about 30 to 40%, which means what? If you burn about 400 calories on your Fitbit, you probably really burn about 360, right? But here's the main reason why this is an issue. When you come home, you're telling yourself, hey, well, my BMR, which is my basal metabolic rate, right? So my body already burns 2,000 calories, but I also burn 400 calories during the workout. That means if I want this donut that been calling my name for the past 3 days and it's only 300 calories, I can have the donut and I should have still expect the scale to drop. No, okay? Here's the main reason why that's not the case. Your body's metabolism or its energy is like a budget. So if your body's able to burn 2,000 calories and you worked out, let's say you burned 500 calories, right? You're thinking, okay, well, I burnt a grand total of 2,500 calories. No. What happens is you have 2,000 calories and now you only have 1,500 calories left for your body to do the metabolic processes. So for instance, that's why you see people, when they work out a lot, they are less stressed. Why? Your body doesn't have enough energy to put into stress. Or you see the people that they overexert themselves, right? They're the people that's doing the marathon. They're doing that 10K run. And after they do the 10K run, they don't want to move for the rest of the day and they have literally zero sex drive. Why? Because now you made your body burn 2,800 calories. It's trying to recompensate. Now it's making you be a potato or a couch potato for literally about 3 to 4 days. It's trying to compensate. But once again, the way you was taught, you're thinking, oh, my body burns this, I could just throw it on top. Okay, cool. What is something that we really don't need too much? Oh, well, we don't need to be so inflamed, right? So that's why people who work out more doesn't have as much inflammation, because your body doesn't even have the energy necessary to put for inflammation, right? Which is a good thing. That's why working out is good for you. Also, you notice, or if you actually look at statistics and studies, they say that people who work out, they have about 34 or 40% less drop in stress, which means what? So let's say you're driving around the road and somebody cuts you off. That innate feeling that you feel where you're like, oh man, you mad as hell, it's not gonna last as long if you worked out versus if you didn't work out, okay? Now you're simmering all day long if you didn't work out, but because you did work out this morning, you're like, man, you're mad for 5 minutes, right? But the main reason why, you're just thinking you just got over it, your body doesn't have enough energy to continue being stressed because you worked out earlier. So this is a good thing, right? Because the whole purpose of working out is to basically make sure that the signaling, what's happening in your body, is working optimally. So if you are working out, your body's gonna be more insulin sensitive, which means what? When you actually do have some carbs, your body's able to intake these carbs better or intake this glucose better. It's also gonna allow your body's vessels to dilate easier. Also, when you work out, your brain excretes something called BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which allow your body to create more neurons, right? Which means what? Better cognitive ability, less mental fog. That's why you feel clear and sharp after a workout. So there is benefits of working out. But if you're working out, then you come home and you tell yourself, well, hey, I worked out hard today. I deserve these fries from McDonald's. Or I deserve, hey man, I do got this Haagen-Dazs that I can finish off. I worked out. I can always work it off tomorrow. You're always going to lose because your body is not burning more calories. It's going to take away from something else. Does that make sense? So think of calories like a budget. Think of your metabolism like a budget. So if you are actually working out, which you should do, right? You want to be active because at the end of the day, the most important muscle on your body is your heart. So if you want to live long, you need to work out regardless. You want to do some sort of walking. You don't want to be as sedentary. That's why you see a lot of people who are sedentary also have depression and anxiety, mental disorders, etc. Because your brain needs some circulation happening up here. The only way that's going to happen is if you're huffing and puffing, if you're moving your body, right? That's why people who don't move as much, they have more edema. They got more swelling. You know why it's swelling? Because your body is inflamed. They're a hunter-gatherer tribe. These people, by the way, are more active than you. What they do in a day is how much you move in a week on average, okay? I'm talking about 20,000 steps. Some people only get sub 5,000 steps a day, you know? So they went over there and tracked their metabolism, right? coming to find out, they got the same metabolism as us. Their metabolism is not faster, even though they're active all day long. They gotta literally hunt for their food. They don't hunt for their food, they're not eating. And they don't dig up a tuber, right? Which is kind of like a yam, right? Just with way more fiber in it. They're not eating today. If they don't find a honeycomb, they're not eating today, right? You could just go to your refrigerator. So keep that in mind. Their metabolism is the exact same, or is at the exact same pace as yours. You know what your metabolism is doing? It's focusing more on, because you're not as active, more inflammation, more stress, more hypertension. That's why Americans die faster than any other civilization on Earth, because we are the most inactive humans on the planet, Americans. Everything happens for a reason. So your body needs you to move. But we think, oh, we could just do what we want, and when we do decide to move, it's gonna help us lose weight because we're just being more active. No, now what your body's gonna do is say, okay, great, now you're moving a little bit more, we can take a little bit away from this inflammation, right? So that's why people who move more, they don't have as much arthritis, right? Or don't have as much, once again, edema. They don't have as much hypertension, because when you work out, you're lowering your blood pressure, you're giving your body the stimulus to lower blood pressure. If you don't give your body the stimulus to lower blood pressure, it's not gonna go down. So these are the main things, or the main reasons why you need to work out. But I never want you to think that you can outwork a bad diet. So if you want to see the scale drop, what you need to do is continue to move, but it's all about what calories are coming in. You need to change your diet overall. That way you're giving your body enough nutrients so you're not starving, right? But because you're also working out, that's basically giving your body a stimulus to make sure it promotes healthy fat loss. All right? And now your body overall is just working better and more efficient, right? But so even though you might have to do a little bit more in the gym, right? If you decide not to work out anymore, if you're eating right, you're still gonna see the scale drop. That's the beauty of it all. But a lot of people do not want to change their lifestyle. They love going to mimosa Saturdays and having bottles of mimosas. They love having brunch with the girls on Sundays and having the craziest Instagram plate on earth, because I be seeing that, right? So you just overall need to change your lifestyle and change what you put in your mouth. That's how you see the scale drop. Everything is about nutrition, all right? So hopefully y'all learned something today. I don't want you to ever feel like you're failing when you've been trying to lose weight for X amount of time, but you just never came across this information. You gotta change what you put in your mouth. You can never outwork a bad diet. Hopefully y'all learned something. That's your reset tip of the day. It's gonna help you stay snatched all the time. Know in the summertime. Talk to you soon.